Hey everyone, so today we're going to be doing something similar to what we did a couple days ago. We're going to be doing a meditation based off of a one card pull. And since it is the full moon, we are going to use the card to release something. So it's going to depend on the card, but we got to do it. We got to do it. Golden Art Nouveau Deck by Julia Massaglia. That never gets old. It never gets old. So we're going to be doing our sound cleansing. So bear with me. And we are going to call upon our angels, our ancestors, our spirit guides, whoever it is that helps us to feel divinely protected in this moment. So let's see, what card do we get for our meditation and our letting go ritual? What do we get? Hope you guys are doing good today. And if you're not doing good, I hope that you will feel better by the end of this. See what we get. Right. All right. The Wheel of Fortune. Alrighty. So if you remember this card, this has to do with like destiny, it has to do with fate, it has to do with karma, right? So for our meditation, we're going to center it around what we can let go. Okay. So since it is the end of the month, okay, let's think about what cycles we have been going through. Let's think about the ups and downs for the month, okay? So whenever we're talking about full moon, we want to release something, okay? So I want you to get comfortable for me. I want you to like lean back in your chair. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And I will close my eyes with you so that we are in solidarity. Okay. Mhm. So our theme is the Wheel of Fortune, constant cycles, behavioral patterns that might keep us on the decision hamster wheel. Okay. So before we get into it, I want to invite you to close your eyes, inhale through your nose. So let's do a deep inhale together, hold it, and then exhale. I want you to inhale normally, and I want you to feel your body in your chair or in bed or wherever it is that you are listening to this. And I want you to feel your body sinking into that material. If you are in a chair, I want you to grip the arms of the chair and then let go. If you are in bed, I want you to squeeze your fists real tight and then let go. Since this is a full moon meditation, I want you to imagine the full moon in your mind's eye. And I want you to visualize yourself sitting either in a grassy field, sitting on the beach, sitting in a location that feels calm and serene for you. For today, I want you to envision yourself by the beach or maybe by the river. And I want you to imagine the waves crashing. As they crash, you see the water come up closer to you, and you see the water recede back into the ocean or back into the river as it's flowing. You imagine the full moon, how bright it is. Maybe you have a sense of peace. Maybe this month wasn't the best month. You feel a little bit solemn. I want you to inhale for me. Inhale through your nose. Hold that, and then exhale. With every inhale, I want you to imagine the waves crashing, getting closer to you, and then receding back into the ocean. This signifies the ups and downs that are associated with the Wheel of Fortune. For we cannot always be up and we cannot always be down, even when it feels like we have more lower points than positive. The change of fate is always possible, depending on your mindset. If you are looking for negativity, you're always going to find it. And if you are trying to remain optimistic, that is where the true work lies, because it is very tiring and very difficult to remain optimistic if that's something that you're trying to do. Imagine the waves crashing under this full moon. Anything that happened throughout the month, I want you to envision placing it upon the waves as they come closer to you, and then receding into the ocean and dissipating into sea foam. If something happened this month involving family, I want you to place those worries, those concerns on the wave as it comes closer to you, and watch those worries and concerns recede back into the ocean, dissipating. For it's the end of the month, and the following month brings new opportunities and even new challenges that you will feel more prepared to face. I want you to inhale through your nose, expanding your belly, expanding your ribs, expanding your chest, and then exhaling. Remember that you are never truly helpless, and that mindset, those thoughts, can be put upon the wave as it comes closer to you and then recedes back into the ocean, dissipating. Imagine the water as it's coming closer to you, and you are just mentally putting down any worries, concerns, or situations that were hard for you for this month. If there was a situation with a partner, I want you to put this on the wave and watch it recede back into the ocean. If there was something going on at work that was really frustrating, I want you to put this on the wave and watch it as it recedes and fizzles out into the ocean. If there was a lot of self-criticism for you this month, I want you to put those thoughts and those words on the wave and watch it as it recedes into the ocean, letting go of this pattern, letting go of this habit as it's no longer serving you. I want you to envision the full moon and imagine that Wheel of Fortune card within the circular area. Life is always going to have ups and downs, and the more we accept this, the easier it will be when we're faced with inevitable challenges. Our thinking patterns, our behaviors that contribute to certain cycles. I want you to take a really honest self inventory and check in with what were some of the behaviors that you engaged in this past month, and what are you ready to let go of for this new moon. And I want you to be very, very clear on the readiness piece. If you feel you are not ready to let go of bigger behavioral patterns, start smaller. Maybe you are self critical and you want to replace one negative thought with a positive one on a daily basis. Maybe you have a hard time following up with communications. See if you can be honest with yourself and check in with how often I can follow up, even if it's just one more reply than last time. All the while imagining yourself on this beach or by the river, watching the water come and go, inviting yourself to change your mindset. Any thoughts such as, this sucks, what's the point? I want you to put that upon the wave and watch as it recedes into the ocean, as that fleeting moment does not determine who you are. Envision the full moon, understanding that at any point you can change your fate with the smallest of steps. Imagining one different decision leading to a completely different outcome than what you had assumed. I want you to inhale for me, inhale real deep, and exhale. Imagine in your mind's eye a decision that you made this past month and what could be done differently. One small decision that you can do moving forward. I want you to continue to imagine that full moon, inhaling and exhaling. Slowly, I want you to start to imagine the room around you. Imagine the plants behind you. Imagine the roof, the chair that you're in. Firmly plant your feet on the ground in your room, or plant your feet into the bed wherever you're listening to this, bringing yourself back into this present moment. The scene of the full moon and the beach slowly starts to fade, and you're imagining the room that you were in when we first began. I'm going to count down from 3, and when you're ready, I want you to put your hands over your eyes, and we are going to slowly open them and then come back into the room. 3, inhale for me, feeling the back of your chair. 2, exhale, feeling yourself more grounded. 1, slowly open your eyes with your hands covering them to protect it from the light. And take your hands away. And we're back. Thank you for joining me in that meditation. So, the theme that I want you to take away from this meditation is that nothing is ever set in stone. Even if we had one of the most challenging months, at any point you can reframe. What did we learn from this past month? What are some behaviors that contributed to it being difficult? What are we willing to do differently in this coming month? So, something that could be helpful, identify two decisions and behaviors that you can do differently. So, if you want to focus on your health, and lately it's been easier to just get something on the way home from work, see if you can make a decision to prepare something in advance. That small decision sets us up for better habits that will help us to be in alignment with where we want to be. If you are your own biggest critic, see if you can intentionally choose to be kinder to yourself. So if something happens and your first thought is like, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot, see if you can challenge that by being more compassionate and kinder to yourself. Okay. So that was our meditation for the Wheel of Fortune. Again, this has to do with cycles, it has to do with fate. You can always change your fate based off of decisions and certain habits. Okay. And I want to be mindful that it sounds great on paper, but we also need a little bit of support here too, right? We can't willpower our way out of situations that are outside of our control, such as um, where we're living in terms of environment, whether we're, not in a position to go to school yet or do training or go to trade school, right? So I want to be mindful of that, and that this isn't like tone deaf that you can just willpower your way out of really hard situations. You always have a choice, but there are situations in which can contribute to us feeling helpless. And we're only one person, so we can make as great decisions as possible, but that support is also needed in terms of a sense of community, right? So I hope that you enjoyed this meditation. Okay. As always, I'm just so grateful that you stuck around or stopped by. If you stayed till the end, you're a real one. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. And as always, you are divinely protected, and I will see you soon. Okay? Thank you so much.